So, Homixide Gang, a duo out of playboi cartis Opium signed in late 2021, and ever since being signed, both Meechie and Beno have gained a tremendous amount of success, building a pretty strong fan base, being pretty new to the music scene. But while Homixide Gang has gained a lot of success, they've probably gotten the most hate in the Opium label due to first allegations and the simple fact that fans only f with Homixide Gang because they are associated to Carti. And many fans have unfortunately given up on Homixide Gang ever escaping the underground scene, but let's take a look at the current state of Homixide Gang's career and why everyone hates them. So Homixide Gang wouldn't start making music till 2021, but would actually know Carti for a while, probably because Carti was super close to R5 Homixide, who actually was close to both Meechie and Beno. And Carti must have respected Homixide Gang a lot that he even named a whole song after Homixide Beno on Whole Lotta Red called Beno. Homixide Gang remained as close affiliates for the rest of the year until, and they actually were signed around late 2021, around the time of Carti's King Bam tour. And from there they would drop their first album, that being Snotty Road Deluxe, and that shit was absolutely insane being their first project. Many fans still say, yo, this is Homixide Gang's best project as it didn't include songs like Wanna, Holler, and 5 Lifestyle, which are to this day some of the most popular Homixide Gang songs, and definitely one of my favorites as well. And many Opium fans were really fucking with Homixide Gang around this time, saying stuff like, yo, Homixide Gang is definitely up next. And aside from Lone and Ken, Homixide Gang definitely diversified this label, bringing a more street, more trap sound to Opium. And that next year, they actually would drop Homixide Lifestyle, that being probably like their best album ever, and also go on tour with Destroy Lonely. And this was around the time that I first noticed Homixide Gang, and yo, I was instantly hooked when I first listened. I was like, yo, Homixide Lifestyle probably has the best production out of any album I've ever heard in a fucking while. And the cover itself for Homixide Lifestyle is just so iconic, bro. But next year in 2023, Homixide Gang would get their first glimpse of hate, and that would be allegations surrounding Homixide Beno apparently meeting with underage girls backstage. And a bunch of allegations would be thrown at Beno, and these allegations to this day still bite Beno in the back. And Snot or Not, my personal favorite Homixide Gang album, was still dropped that year, and when the album dropped, it seemed like a lot of people really forgot about the allegation. But in late 2023, their album Fifth Amendment would drop, and people absolutely hated that album. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably like 4 songs off that album that I really fuck with, but yeah, man, other than that, it was a pretty boring album. And a big reason why this album made Homixide Gang get so much hate in the first place was because this album dropped around the time A Great Chaos dropped back in October 2023. And with Ken taking majority of the spotlight in Opium, 99% of Opium fans in October 2023 didn't give a fuck about Homixide Gang, and we're obviously just focused on Ken Carson. And when Opium fans or Ken Carson fans tapped into his album, they was not fucking with it at all, probably because it's completely different to the Opium sound. And later that year, Homixide Gang would get into a fight with Summers on stage, which funny enough, this actually would make everyone turn on to Homixide Gang. And after this, a lot of people really moved on from Homixide Gang. Beno would again be hit with more allegations, and these allegations really ruined Homixide Gang's reputation. I feel like prior to these allegations happening, they actually were really respected in this Opium label. But once those allegations came around, that was just a nail in the coffin. And they also recently dropped the album I5, U5, We5, being a huge improvement from Fifth Amendment. That's just actually a really solid project, bro, not gonna lie. But looking at the main reason why Homixide Gang gets so much hate is, first of all, they're overshadowed by both Lone and Ken. And now Ken, Lone, and Carti have their own mysterious Opium aesthetic, and I've heard Opium fans say shit like Homixide Gang is not mysterious enough to be Opium, which is honestly kind of crazy. I feel like Homixide Gang is kind of separated from the rest of the label. They like, you know, kind of got their own thing going on, and their sound, in my opinion, doesn't really cater to a lot of Opium fans, more so like, hey man, I don't know, like Key Glock, Moneybag Yo type of fans, and they're kind of out of place in Opium in my opinion. But they also bring a new sound to Opium, obviously overall expanding the Opium sound. But a lot of Opium fans are simply closed-minded and don't want to listen to new shit outside of Ken, Lone, and Carti, right? And especially these allegations really made people not take Homixide Gang seriously at all. And these recent albums haven't been as good as, like, you know, Homixide Lifestyle or Snot or Not, for example. Like, Beno is 80% of each Homixide Gang songs, making these songs super fucking repetitive, and when in reality, us fans know that Meechie is the much better artist. And of course, fans really don't like what they did to Summers, and hey man, fans still are not forgiving Homixide Gang to this day, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah man, overall, just a combination of a lot of shit that they actually did do, making them the most hated Opium members. And looking at the current state of Homixide Gang's career, they actually are apparently dropping Homixide Lifestyle too soon, which is, hey man, in my opinion, the best thing that they can do, obviously as long as they actually are still signed to Carti, and they're obviously still gonna have some relevance in the rap game, and probably have a feature on Carti's album as well. And they just previewed Some Heat recently being produced by OK. Yo, that shit sounds absolutely fire. I think they have potential to be big, especially when Carti is dropping his album soon. Comment down below your favorite Homixide Gang song. It's been your boy M-Chan. Make sure to subscribe for more open content. And hey man, peace y'all. YBL shit. We out. Bye. can't trust nobody, they be fucking posers. Tell her let's make art like some fucking Mozart. Ballin' so hard like the Monte Rosa. Man, that shit wet like the fucking ocean. I been on my grind, I been having motion. I done raised them, they some sons.